It's hard to believe, but more than 16,000 meals are being delivered to families this Thanksgiving. It all started 49 years ago, and since then, there's been no looking back.
Gobble! Gobble, gobble!
Bill and I, Bill Foussard and myself, we knew of 3 families that were going to go without food that Thanksgiving. So we decided to pool our money, and we went out and we bought ham, scalloped potatoes, rolls, and a pie. And we stayed up all night in his mom's kitchen, and we delivered the meals the next day.
From 3 families to thousands. More than 4 decades ago, Bill and Barb had an idea, and it took off.
Such a cool thing to see the whole community come together, and there's so many people from all these different schools and so many adults and stuff here.
From turkey to stuffing and everything in between, in the middle of the night, while most were sleeping, hundreds of volunteers packed Thanksgiving meals.
I brought my kids into it, starting at the age of 5, so I had to be 5 to start. So we've been doing it, I've been doing it for 12 years, and they've been doing it now since they've been 5.
After the packing was done, people like the Moss family loaded the boxes of food into their cars, all to make a delivery to a family in need.
It's fun to make them put a smile on their face and just make them happy, to feel that they're like everybody else, to have a meal and celebrate Thanksgiving.
For Barb, watching her organization grow is the best part.
At some point every year, I will go to a corner somewhere and I will just start to bawl.
Reporting in St. Paul, Ashley Zilka, 5 Eyewitness News.
The students behind me very enthusiastic and warm this winter with those new coats as they get to head to that fire truck right there and talk to the firefighters about their jobs. The St. Paul Fire Department joined other departments around the state, and they gave about 300 winter jackets at this school. Elementary school students here today were excited to line up and try on coats as St. Paul firefighters helped them find the right color and the right size. This year, firefighters from Richfield, Burnsville, Eagan, Coon Rapid, St. Paul, and Minneapolis are combining forces to give nearly 4,000 winter coats to students in need. St. Paul firefighters will also head to Urban Academy and Red Lake Indian Reservation this week, and the students here also got to check out the fire truck and learn about how to be a firefighter. The firefighters we talked to said this is something they look forward to year after year.
We want to give back to the community. When we drive around the city on calls, we see kids standing on bus stops with no coats or just sweaters on, and so we came up with this great cause, and now we give back and hand out thousands of coats every year throughout the Twin Cities.
All the firefighters here volunteered their time today, and they'll visit more schools tomorrow. Reporting in St. Paul, Crystal Bowie, 5 Eyewitness News.
Dozens of people came here to City Hall to honor Otto Maroney. The artist came here to Minneapolis in the late 1970s, and since then, he's been an inspiration.
You have made me what I am. If I've had any successes at all, or I've made anything that's meaningful to anyone, it's because of the community that I'm a part of. I'm quite sure that if I hadn't come to Minnesota, none of this could have been possible. It's that the butterfly flops its wing and everything changes.
The unique thing about his art is while it is predominantly buildings, you somehow find this way of making it about people and community.
In front of a packed room at City Hall, Otto Maroney got a standing ovation for his dedication to the Twin Cities. The artist is known for sculpting small-scale civilizations. He worked with the city of Minneapolis and Marcy Holmes neighborhood, creating 6th Avenue Stroll, a 2-block gallery of 23 bronze sculptures. Now today, Maroney faces terminal pancreatic cancer, but he told the crowd that will not stop him.
I'm not at all worried, and you shouldn't worry either. It's going to be a beautiful ride. It's going to be okay, all right? But it's BYOB at the final memorial, okay?
Maroney says he still creates art, but now it's all about taking it one day at a time. Reporting in Minneapolis, Ashley Zilka, 5 Eyewitness News. Yeah, this time capsule was from 1939, and since then a lot has changed. Right now, about 800 students attend Lakeside Elementary School. Back then, less than 200.
There were coins, there were stamps, there were members of the PTA. I was really struck by the cursive writing of all the people involved, including the students. All the students got a chance to sign their names, and just beautiful handwriting, and that's maybe something we've lost.
A small box with a lot of history, pictures, a school budget, and so much more. The original school was built in 1921. Years later, a gym was added and a time capsule was placed inside. In April of 1939, the school and community held a formal event to mark the occasion, an event that even made the front page of the newspaper. Now, 80 years later, a brand new elementary school has been built, and today, hundreds of students got to see what was inside the capsule as they watched together. The superintendent says the opening is a way to remember the history, but also look to the future.
All the events that we did, from a groundbreaking that was almost a year, to the day, what they did in 1939, we did in 2018. And so to have, to us, it was really important to have the students involved all along, because that's what this is about. And even in the superintendent's remarks from 1939, he said this is about the success of students. And so for us, as we look back but look forward, it's always with the student in mind.
And the superintendent says they want to do their own time capsule. They'll start planning in the spring. Ashley Zilka, 5 Eyewitness News. The United States Postal Service says they will deliver more than 28 million packages each day this week. So if you want to avoid paying for priority mail, you'll want to get your package into the post office as soon as possible. With less than a week until Christmas, people are busy sending out those last-minute gifts.
I have children all over. I have a daughter in England and grandkids.
And while you're getting your checklist done, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes at the United States Postal Service.
Transportation, looking at how many employees we're going to need, things like that.
Senior Plant Manager Roy Reynolds at the Minneapolis Postal Service says this week alone, 200 million packages will be delivered and processed.
Christmas cards, it's getting really close to, especially ones going outside of state. Priority, probably Friday would be about the last day. After that, you really need to look at using express mail.
And unlike some other carriers, Reynolds says the Postal Service hasn't had many complaints about delayed packages.
We do a lot of package deliveries on Sunday, so we're able to stay current. We're also doing a lot of early morning, like between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. deliveries of packages, so we can get that out.
I've been here a couple times. It's gone real smooth, 15-minute wait, not bad. So they're in there working hard.
Full throttle till Christmas Eve.
There are a lot of deadlines you'll want to know about to make sure your package gets to where it needs to be on time. So we have that full list on our website at ksdp.com. Reporting in Minneapolis, Ashley Zilka, 5 Eyewitness News.